welcome back to the List to Arsenal podcast. Get the mic up here so you can hear me properly. That'd be great. Welcome back to Mr. Arsenal podcast for the live Champions League women's watch along between Arsenal women, obviously at home against Hoffenheim women. The second group game of the Champions League. Hopefully, you can bounce. We've obviously bounced back domestically from the disappointment of last week against Barcelona. Hopefully, we can get off the mark this week, though. We're at home at Bournemouth as well. And as you can see, this is the team on the screen. This is the team we're starting with as well on the bench. Got Zensberger in goal. Get my words out tonight. That'd be great. Melitz, Ruben Moy, Williamson, McCabe, Kim Little, Manham, Jordan Nobbs is starting, and in the front three of Heath, Miedemar, and Beth Mead. Who, by the way, Beth Mead, has today been awarded Player of the Month for obviously last month in the WSL. Congratulations to her. And also today, Jonas, the women's manager, has been awarded Manager of the Month as well for the WSL. So we're just smashing it down that neck of the woods. Absolutely smashing it. And yeah, a bit more confidence this week. I'm more confident in this week of getting the result, obviously because last week we were playing Barcelona and we were away from home. And I think tonight's proven because Barcelona played the team in our group, and I think they just won 1-0 last time I checked. I'll double check in a sec what the final score was, but last time I checked it was 1-0 like the 9 minutes of the game. So that's because they're away from home. So it does show that away from home they can be breached, as in they can be tested, so to say, sorry. And yeah, I'll take this thing, have that down. We are literally minutes away from kickoff, and game's playing from my fucking screen. If you want to watch this, it's on, I believe it's on Arsenal.com, or you go on Dazan on YouTube, Dazan Women's Champions League, and you don't have to pay for it. It's literally on YouTube for free. Oh dear. But apart from that, we were talking all things football and Arsenal as well throughout the stream. When it's like there's a bit of patchiness and this, that, and the other, there's nothing to really talk about game wise. And yeah, just going into my check a few things as well whilst we're waiting. The thing is pissing me off now. We will be touching on what Henry's had to say as well concerning Arteta and Arsenal. More so Arteta, he's really dug it at Arteta. He has not held back. Trust me, believe me. If you don't know, wait around because it is juicy. You ain't gonna want to miss it. Put it that way. All right. If you are new to the channel as well, you like the sort of content that not many. I'm not saying at all. Not many Arsenal YouTube channels cover women's football in general. So I find a couple of us. It's a fucking rarity. There's a couple of us. There's obviously myself, and you've got Richard is live tonight as well over on his channel covering it. But I'm quite surprised myself. I'm not complaining because at the moment, whilst it is the case, I'm making the most of it. Milk the fucking bastards. Before fucking Moneybags jumps in and fucking destroys us, basically. AK, when I say Moneybags, I mean AFTV. I mean, they're literally bringing people to the AFTV team to cover the women's game. And do they cover it? They don't cover it half as much as they should. If I'm being honest, at all, if at all. But hey, the biggest Arsenal YouTube channel don't only cover the men's side of it. They don't cover under 21s. They don't cover the women's game. They don't cover anything but just the men. And occasionally, if the person they hired to go to cover women's game goes to a game, she might do a vlog here and there. Ridiculous. Big up Steve in the chat, and obviously BX going as well. Evening, afternoon. It's evening here. Afternoon to yourself, where you are. Steve as well. How you doing, my friend? Ain't seen you for a couple streams now. But yeah, right, get this fucking game back up. Hopefully on my screen. Right. Been a pain in the ass fucking TV is. If you are new to the channel, as I said, do subscribe, do smash that like button, and share the content around. Hopefully it works now. Oh dear. I'll have to say that way. Let's do that way. Bloody hell. Why have I got fucking... What something have you got? What's adverts? In my opinion, when it comes to ads, if someone's live, the teams are coming out. Yay! The Hoffenheim women's team coming out first. But I was about to say, if someone's live, like myself or whoever's live, if it's live content going out on YouTube, the ads should not be going up until that stream's ended, and only then do ads be going up. Look on the fucking stream. That's fucking ridiculous. Oh dear. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying now. Stephen, obviously, it's kind of have you had a chance to see what Henri's had to say about Arteta today? It's been in the last 24 hours, give or take. And how he he really didn't hold back. By the way, as well, 3-0 tonight, says Steve. I was going to go for 2-0, but I'll take 3-0 as well. I think home form can be key for us in this group stage. Massively key. In all 3 games, starting from tonight. What was I say now? That's gone. He should have been better with his approach. Are you on about Henri now? What he's had to say about Arteta, or either way? I kind of get what you're saying, but at the same time, he's because he played in an era where the standards were higher than what Arteta's standards was, and Arsenal as a player. He's always going to see Arsenal as underperforming really nowadays. Let's be honest. Not heard what he said, but he's part of Daniel Ek. Yeah, he's part of the consortium. Well, when I say part of the consortium that we know publicly that are part of the consortium. We don't know all the others that have been dragged in to help fund this takeover or possible takeover, because it's not going to happen. But we say suppose until they disappear. The only way Stan sells this club is if we have a Newcastle situation where Qatar, Dubai, whatever from that side of the world, that's what money comes in. Then he'll be like that. Okay, bye. Till then, we're stuck with this. Good to see Vivian. Hope she gets started. Get started again. Mark's in the chat. Big up, Greenie. How you doing, my friend? I don't want Henri anywhere near the Arsenal manager discussion. No. I've always said he needs more time elsewhere. Literally not just more time elsewhere. He needs literally to prove himself 2-3 seasons solidly at one particular club. Other than that, no. And even then, if he doesn't prove himself, I still don't want him. He has to really prove himself. I don't want us doing. If we were to be off Arteta at some point, I don't want the club going down that route again of hiring. With all due respect, he'll still be a rookie, but even though he's got experience, he'll still be a rookie. We're underway, by the way. Let's get the scoreboard up. Kickoffs just happened. Yeah, even though he has got experience, he's still technically a rookie. He hasn't really proved himself. Like I said, we need a proven manager next time round. Because long term, I don't see Arteta working out under this ownership or new ownership. But basically, for anyone that doesn't know, the gist of it all is that basically, one sec. The gist of it is Henri's basically saying there's between Arteta when Emery was in charge and Arteta taken over until now, up to this point, he has, in his opinion, hasn't seen any change in how Arsenal play in the attacking sense. Or in general. He says, yes, he admits, he goes, yeah, he basically goes, Arteta's is coming in defensively, we're more sound. We make the odd mistake here and there, but we are more sound than what we used to be in the last few years. But other than that, we're going backwards, basically, and he isn't happy. But yeah. No, you guys have said in the chat, he's part of this takeover of Daniel X. So with that respect, I'd want him to just keep quiet and that sort of thing. No comment. Just because obviously if you take over straight away, like we've seen in the last week since Newcastle got been taken over. All we've had is any day now, any second now, Steve Bruce is to be sacked. He's out of a job. They don't want him. Yet he's still here. But if obviously Eck was to take over, one set, bloody hell, defend! God's sake. But Steve's asking, but didn't you say? I didn't say nothing, by the way. And this comment, they should have scored there. They should have. We were very lucky there. Very, very lucky. Poor defending. I didn't say this, by the way, but there is a thing out there saying, I saw it in a group chat earlier on Twitter, that one sec, on the attack now, go on. Got a corner. That basically, every time something fucking gets throws me off, but basically says that Arteta is a second in the Arsenal managers side of things that get to 50 wins, second fastest. A person above him is George Graham, who took 89 games. And it's took Arteta 94. Oh, ball in. Come on. Get to it. Unlucky. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, Mark, as well, my friend. I hope you're doing well as well. And keeping well. Especially during this international break, it's fucking done as shit. 3.5 billion. Stan will sell. More possibly. It's more likely in the fucking what was the last bid from Eck? Was it just under 2 billion, wasn't it? Give or take. It says it all. Yeah, if you pay over the odds, basically that's what, because of where the club is at the moment. You'll be basically paying over the odds, and you'll be like, okay, nothing to the bank, sort of thing. Yeah, you may sell then, but it's all. I keep saying this over and over again. It's all well and good him if he does sell, him selling, and then another owner coming in with that. But I don't just want an owner that just spends their money on the personnel, so doing what Man City have done in the sense of, or no, not doing this, more so Chelsea. When Chelsea first got them, when Roman first came in, the first thing they did was spend the money. For anything else, they spent. And Chelsea was a mess at the time, by the way, as a whole, the club-wise, inside and out. But the first thing they did was just chuck money for players at the pitch. They chuck money on the fucking personnel on the pitch. They just chuck money for a couple of years, and the second season it just clicked. Got Mourinho in, and that was it. Away they go. They never look back then. I don't want us to do that with a new owner straight away. I'd want the owner, whoever it may be, to come in and obviously they have to, but show it as well. Fix all the issues that are on at the club. Refurb the Emirates, the outside of the Emirates. I mean, the Legends Memorial outside the Emirates, the the legends of the past on the stadium and all that's faded as fuck. That needs a revamping, so I say, like a bit of a repaint or refurb, a bit of brightening up basically. It looks like the cannons that the Arsenal badges go in the stadium, they've all faded, and they're literally, last time I was up there, well, I've been up there quite a few, obviously a few weeks ago, but when I went up there at some point last season, I think I was down there for, I can't remember what I was down there for, but popped in around there, and that's all the cannon, like the paintwork around the cannon and the badge itself, peeling away. Tennis balls, somehow, considering how high it is, jammed in with the circle of the cannon. The seats inside the stadium need a complete refurb as well. They look faded, lifeless. But again, like I said the other night, we were doing the watch along for the Arsenal Everton one women's game. The way the stadium looks represents how poorly run Stan and Josh have run this club since they've taken over. No love, no care, all that crap. But yeah, that's another topic for another day, really. Also, I don't know. I got notified of this about 3 days ago, but it's been officially announced today that end of the month there's a new DVD coming out based on Arsene Wenger, which I pre-ordered today, by the way, because you can pre-order it from today officially. But yeah, the trailer looks it looks interesting because it's not just decrypting the good times he had at Arsenal. It does, going by the trailer, it's going to go through all the way to the bitter end, basically. Ferguson's guest starring in it. Bergkamp, Petit, Overmars. I don't know what Overmars. There's mixtures of players at his old time. Hoffenheim on the attack. Oh my god, I got lucky there. And we started off again like we did against Everton. Literally cagey, making mistakes, and now and then we took a lot of the ball here and giving them chances. On one side. Sorry about that, my fucking dog. It's barking thing, it's doing my head in today. Oh. Got two dogs, 2 cats, 4 lovebirds, and 4 rabbits. But the one that was barking just now was the youngest dog as well. It's barked 3 times today now. He's been barking at 3 and it's pissing me off. Normally only ever barks when fucking, like, someone's like come down the pathway or whatever. Just in case it's an idiot trying to try something different, to warn them off, so I say. You got going as well, you doing, my friend? Oh, that's a bit of a foul. Fuck it, rubbed up on her neck. Okay, Beth, we're having rugby style football now, okay. Just up your arm around the neck and just yanked her. Right, oh yeah. I bet his Van Stadium doesn't look as bad as ours, of course. No, don't be silly. And even the second it starts showing signs of going down that route, he'll be on it like fucking ship about a drain pipe, basically. And that will hack me off, like you would not believe. The thing is, there's another thing about him selling the club. If he was ever to sell the club, he himself would have to literally take our name off all the books that covers that stadium and all these other bits and pieces. All the stuff he's got down as collateral, he's got to take legally. He has to take off before selling up. So that'd be interesting. Even if we get a bite of someone interested, it's going to take a long time to get it over the line, because the amount of legal, all the paperwork he's got to do to get our name off of certain documents that holds us not liable, but has us down as collateral if you couldn't pay off certain debts to the concerning the LA Rams. But if you listen to the gunner and all that, no, that isn't true. Stan Kroenke's the best owner ever. He invests his money, yeah. Okay, cool, yeah, that's if you say so. Oh, he spent 150 million this year. And how much of that has been literally recouped from transfers over the years that they've just held on and held on and held on? Well, go on. Oh, held on too long there. Jordan Nobbs. So they've gone straight away. Oh, go on. The fucking sounds game fucking away, for Jesus Christ. In you go. What would... Don't. I know he scored a great goal the other night, Madden, but geez, why do that? Why? Literally, if anyone's not watching it yet, the ball's basically, the corner's coming, being half cleared, and that another man comes out of nowhere and just puts a foot through it, basically, and a bit of a hit and hope. It basically goes out of Meadow Park. Into the car park. Go on, Beth. Go on. Take him on. Go on. There's a foul. Well done, Beth. That's why you're player of the month in WSL. Hopefully this ref's a lot better than the ref from last week. If you know, you know. Jesus Christ, it was bad. Well, Andrew was going to be on here today, but with me, by the way, but he's not feeling too well, so he's obviously having a night off. He's getting some rest, and hopefully, the plan is if he's well enough, he'll be on Monday for the Palace game as well. Instead, obviously, you know what I mean. But yeah. But Tobin, Heath, and is it Kate McCabe? Yeah, Katie. Standing over this. So he's been crossing over. Yeah, Kate's taking it. Oh, what's he went for? Oh, keeper got lucky there in the end. Katie went for a cheeky little shot there. Straight, it was technically straight to the goalkeeper in one sense. It was that because the keeper was positioned in that where the ball was going, but the keeper almost went to collect it like, into the chest, but she missed. It bubbled in front of her, and so it basically bounced back off her chest. But she had to recover quickly, otherwise it would have been an easy tap in there. In the meantime, she's got a whack in the head for commitment. So I say. And that's his down. Obviously, being a head injury, he's got to make sure she's not concussed or anything. It doesn't look concussed, but he's got a whack to the head, so he's got to make sure it's all okay so he can play on. Oh, my days. Is everyone still here, by the way? Have I bored you off with my fucking cronky talk? I'm actually talking back to mention the DVD before the new DVDs come out in the month. I'm going by the trailer. I'm actually looking forward to that arriving and watching that. It does look really good. Being honest, and already in the trailer, it's confirmed the greatest manager to grace the Premier League, ex-Man United manager, Sir Alex Ferguson himself, confirms in the DVD, in the trailer, that the Invincible season is the greatest achievement in English football history, in football history in general. I think he's always were. But nothing has come close to that. Not even his treble-winning season in '99. Or since then, nothing's never has ever, in his opinion, come close to it. So you've heard it from the horse's mouth. So you're going to get the DVD. Mark, you've got a question. Here we go. Do you reckon Monday night is a screen test, so to speak, for Vieira? So to speak, for Vieira to be the next Arsenal manager? No, in its ownership. It's a possible, very likely, very likely. And as much as I love Vieira, and I think he's done so far, done a really good, done a fantastic job, considering the messy sort of mess in quotes inherited. I mean, the amount of plays he would have lost, not even kicking a ball basically, because they all went for free pretty much. Go on, Beth, pass it. Go on, Tobin. Aye, unlucky. But so yeah, as much as I love Vieira as a player for Arsenal and all that jazz, I don't know how I'd. Well, it's got to be a pen. There's a pen. Jordan Nobbs has been fouled. Well, it looks at it. The pen's been given, I think. Or is it Beth Mead? Sorry, I apologise. Didn't see the number properly. Let's get the booking as well. I see the replay before I actually comment and give it goes definitely, it was a definite pen or not. But Arsenal ladies have got a pen. I'll come back to your question in a sec, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think he's more of a legend than fucking Arteta, for fuck's sake. He'd have more time within the fan base, but then how much time? Because this Kim Little's taking his penalty by the way. I'll come back to your finish that off in a second. It's his pen. Let's make sure everyone's behind the line, not on the line or over the line. You watch, as soon as you go to make movement, they're going to run in the box, aren't they, the bastards? Come on. Here we go. Get in there. Come on. 1-0. Kim Little from the spot. Says skip it the wrong way. Bottom corner. Call as you like. And Sean, you started it again. I'll score you like I did last time on Saturday. And technically, we have sung it, but only for the women's team. The men's team obviously haven't, but the women's team were the first English club to win a form of the Champions League back in 2007. And we're off the mark. Yeah, very good, Ben. Arsenal. Not Hoffenheim on the attack now. Well, we're covered from Kim, and we're off again. Go on to Beth. Beth's down the wing. I know what she's trying to do there, but Vivian didn't read it and basically just stood there. Didn't even attempt to make the run in the end. But yeah, back to your question. It would make sense under the Cronky ownership that would be the case. But I'm sort of at this moment in time, I don't want him winning the club at the moment because we need, as I said, an experienced manager, proper manager, to take over from when Arteta is relieved of his duties at some point. Because I don't see it lasting. I don't see him lasting his contract. If I'm being brutally honest, we can't go. We can't go for another ex-Arsenal because the fan base then will be even fucking worse than when Arteta came in because of how long it's being dragged out for now. And the pressure's going to be on, if it was to be Vieira, the pressure will be on him straight away. And there'll be idiots, more so the younger generation, that never watched Vieira. They've seen the highlights, I think, like from DVDs or whatever. They never actually got to see him live. They'll be the ones they'll be the first on his fucking neck. Along with some of the people may have TV, but that's neither here nor there. Fucking Jesus Christ, Lee Gunn, oh my God. That'll show his fucking true colours, that would. No, I didn't want him, so I don't want him. He's out. Get him out. Straight from the off. Never wanted him. What we doing? He's a fucking Palace. Oh, I wanted this one. Yeah, don't care if he's an ex-Arsenal legend. He's an invincible. He fucked us over, went to Juventus. Don't want him. Get out of here. And all that crap. And all the fucking, as I said, the young kids that watch him are like, he's right. Vieira out. Before the ball's even being fucking kicked. And I don't want that for Patrick. Hence why I say, we're going, when Arteta does leave or get sacked or whatever, we have to go out and get an experienced manager. But I don't care if it's 18 months or 18 months or whatever. Not 18 months, obviously. No, my head is fucking doing my head in today. Right, I don't care if it's like 2 seasons to 3 seasons, a short-term thing. There's got to be someone experienced who's going to steady the ship, get everything in place for. Well, it's got to be a court. No, being made away. It's got to be an experienced manager who's going to set the ship, build a team over that 3-year period that's not just going to compete for Champions League spots, but actually be ready to compete for said Champions League league titles, not just the cups to go with it. And obviously have that in place, get that unit ready, and get the balance of, as we're seeing going for this youth, but you need a balance with it. You need youth and a bit of experience alongside. We're just going for whole youth at the moment, but we need someone to get that balance right, and obviously push us on. So when it comes down to them stepping down end of their contract, if they want to go and get Vieira then, so be it. He ain't got so much of a mess to sort out. The bulk of what his job is done for him. All he's got to do is train him, get his philosophy put down in the blueprint, and obviously get a couple of his own players in at the same time. But he doesn't have to make too many additions, if that makes sense. He doesn't have to mess about too much and stress that this one's not good enough, that one's not good enough. That one's going to let me down. Why has he got the armband? he can just come in and do his job and kick on. But at this moment in time, I wouldn't want him. I don't know about you guys. You guys, let me know in the chat if you get what I'm trying to say, or if you disagree or whatever. Never been kings of Europe. Yeah, I'll take that. That's it. I'll take. Well, it's true. As I said, 06, 07. Vic Akers, the kit manager, by the way, the men's kit manager, who had been the Arsenal, obviously at the time, over a decade by then. I'm trying to think how long he'd been the Arsenal men's manager now. Up to that point, just over a decade. At the time, he's obviously he stayed on for up to his 20th year. I think see if his 20th year or his 21st year, he then retired. But yeah, he weren't just, that's the thing at the time, he wasn't just obviously the kit man at Arsenal. He was actually having to manage the women's team at the same time. And obviously that season, I keep saying the 06-07 season, he managed to win everything. And you think back then, football the women's game wasn't what it was back then, wasn't what it is now. Sorry, in the sense of the money, this, that, and the other. And I think in that final, we actually went up against the best team in Europe at the time. But there was a team of Sweden, but at the time they were regarded as the best in Europe. They were heavy favourites. Went to their place, won 1-0. Came back to our place in the second leg, and obviously won the overall the final. I think we won. I think it was either 0-0 or 1. I can't remember what the fucking score was. I'll check in a sec. But yeah. So you know what? Technically, yeah, it's just the only thing that's let us down in terms of Champions League football is the men's side of it. Obviously, what was it? 12 months prior to that, we could have been literally the kings and queens of Europe for like a 2-week period, give or take. No, I think now might be a couple of weeks longer than that, 3 or 4 weeks. We could have been joint kings and queens of Europe before obviously Milan went on to win the Champions League at 06-07. That would be the first as well, but no. Dodgy reffing and all that, but hey, it was dodgy reffing. That fucking Samuel Eto'o's goals never counted. Lehmann shouldn't have been sent off because technically, by the letter of the law, advantage should have continued, and the ball was Ludovic Julie puts the ball in the net. I keep saying it over and over again every time I get brought up. Ludovic play should have played on. The game should have gone on because the ball goes from Eto'o got taken down. I think it was Eto'o. I can't remember that been that long. Eto'o gets taken down, yes, but the ball goes straight from his feet into open space, and Ludovic Julie out of nowhere, boom, open net, 1-0. That should have stood, and we could have gone, okay, dust ourselves down, pick ourselves up, 11v11 still, and we could have. I think we would have gone on to win it, but it is what it is. I wouldn't mind. What was it? 3 years later, we had another crack at getting to the Champions League final. Was it 3 years? I'm trying to think now. The year we got. I mean, how long was it between Champions League, the last season at Highbury, obviously, and then was it our second or third season at the Emirates? We got to the Champions League semi-final. I remember now. Fucking hell. I have to fucking find a DVD, won't I? It's either the second or third season. We got to semi-final. It was against United, obviously. That's the other time we got to the semi-final in Champions League. And even though it was United and they were the champions of Europe, weren't they? So it would have been the third season. There we go. It could be 2. No, got a deflection and the keeper gets onto it. Yeah, it would have been the third season because obviously our first season at the Emirates, AC Milan win it. United didn't win it for yeah. So our third season at the Emirates, Man United was defending European champions, and Fucking hell. It just... Yeah. Even though I think I was home the second leg, back then, having the home leg is a second leg. If you were the home team, fucking hell. That was deemed as the advantage to you, basically. No matter what happened in the first leg, the advantage was on your heavily favourites in that tie going into it. But obviously, it was, as I said, it was the champions of Europe, Man United, that season. And the first leg was at their place, and it was a dull, drab first leg. I think they won 1-0. O'Shea, I think it was O'Shea. Fucking hell, John O'Shea, Jesus Christ. That says how poor defensively we were back then, that fucking John O'Shea scored. I say how poor defensively, it was what let us down in the early years of the Emirates was our goalkeeping situation, because we had an okay defence. We didn't have a brilliant defence compared to obviously the Invincibles and all that, the double winning years prior. But it was okay, it was good enough. When it's a fully fit back, we had our fully fit full strength back four. Midfield, phenomenal goals. Got goals. You could get goals from everywhere and all that malarkey. And obviously, attack. We had Adebayor, Van Persie, Eduardo. What let us down, and what was there for the majority of Wenger's downfall near the end of his time, but in that Emirates era, was the goalkeeping situation. Manuel Almunia. The fucking size of the guy, as in height-wise, he didn't scream. Even when we first signed him, we signed him as a backup to Lehmann in the first place after he won the summer of 04. Fucking that's a poor clearance from Zensberger. Please defend. Please defend. Get rid of it. Somebody hoof the fucking thing. Oh, well done, down the line. Oh. Yeah, got a call out of it after all that. No, yeah, as I say, back when Almunia, we brought him literally as a second back. Literally, it was to be a backup. Nothing more than that initially. Lehmann had his fucking moment of madness, basically, in 04. Was it 04, 05? That's like the second half of the 04, 05 season. He got dropped at I'm trying to think now. I think is it mid-January? For about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, he was dropped as our Premier League goalkeeper. And Almunia was our number one at the time for that brief moment. Fucking hell. Look, the warning signs were there. I'm sorry, but the warning signs were there. So they'll give it a few years. What did the club and the Arsenal do? Sat on their hands and didn't act on it. So when Lehmann then eventually does fall off the cliff completely, and then basically sees out his contract and leaves the club on the free, we haven't spent the money to go and get a goalkeeper, which at the time, honestly, neither as I was. In my late teens, that was actually as well. 18 or 17, 18 at the time. 18. Yeah. I thought we'd go and get a goalkeeper, like Buffon or something like that. We were heavily linked to Buffon. I remember that. We didn't do nothing. We just sat on the hands and going into the game. I think we had Liverpool first game of the season, and basically going back into the previous season, I wanted to be number one for the majority of that, apart from the first two games, when Lehmann was number one. But then that was it. Wenger had enough and basically dropped him for good. And then, so basically, then there was questions. Even then, there was questions going into his first full season as number one, and no one knew going into that Liverpool game at Anfield who would be our number one, who would be in goal. Out of him or Fabianski, very young Fabianski, we just brought in, and people, the scouts, and everyone was raving about Fabianski. So the questions were being asked: who's going to be number one then? And Wenger played the mind game and said, "You'll find out on the day." And then it was like, yeah, Almunia. And again, countless times he let us down. A good shot stopper, don't get me wrong, but as a number one, no. For a club at Arsenal anyway, no. And that's what let us down. We could have, arguably, we could have and should have won at least 2 or 3 league titles in our first few years at the Emirates. But no. And then the rot just set in, and we've never recovered since. We've got worse and worse and worse. But it is what it is. Arteta will be here a long time. For a long time. It seems like it. It does. Going by the club of acting, it does seem like it. We'll see. Oh my God. If just a bit of a comeback on that. If after obviously the curse of manager of the month strikes on Arteta, pressure's will be back on him again for the fan base. We know that. We know the fucking majority of this fan base is going to turn him again. I'll hold it. I'm open as any a deck of fucking cards, but on that side of it, as in, he obviously got 10 points out of 12. It's a massive improvement from the first 3 games. We've scored goals. Obviously the performances haven't been all that. Especially the Brighton game, Jesus Christ. And the second half against Tottenham, we fell off the fucking cliff. But what I'm trying to get at is, in my opinion, long term, I don't believe Arteta is the right man for the job. Still, but I'm honest. But I'm still. I'm not. Doesn't mean, with that be my opinion, that when he has he does something good, and we get to have a good result, good performance, and all that jazz, we makes the right sub. I'm not one of those that goes, well, I want him out, or I don't believe he's good enough for the job, so I can't praise him. I will praise him when credit is due. But other than that, I can't just sit in my hands going, da, 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 da. Everything's rose in the fucking garden. But again, I'm not naive either. Oh my God, because a bit of a hit and hope from Hoffenheim there, but it could have gone. No, my luck, it could have gone in. Gotta say now. Well, I was gonna say that's it. I'm not naive enough to believe and think Arteta is the only problem at the club. It's everything that's wrong with the club. It's all on him. It's not. He's just the hired help, effectively. That's because he says of any manager, by the way. I'm not having a dig. The habitual issue at this club is the owners. And until that changes, I've said it time and time again, until the ownership changes, we ain't going to see change. Put in a positive sense, anyway. We're just going to go backwards and backwards and backwards. And it's going to be more accepted and more accepted and more accepted. The longer it goes on, the next generation of fans coming through. Because again, this is the thing with the younger generation that haven't witnessed us winning league titles and things like that. As I said, they haven't witnessed it. So all they know is the FA Cup wins. That's it. And obviously at one point, I was constantly qualifying for Champions League. So far as they're concerned, that is it's an achievement just to be there. Nothing more. I'll play risk at the back here. We've given Hoffenheim too many chances here. He's going to come back and bite us on the arse. It's not like it's against Everton where we knew they were never going to take their chances. This is Champions League level now. It's a fucking big girls' club. Big, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So, no, it's no coincidence that the club has been on a decline as a whole since the second Stan Kroenke became the majority shareholder of this club, and then a few years later, the full owner of the club. It's no coincidence. As I said earlier, at the start of the stream. One sec, go on, Leah, go on, Tobin. Balls to you. Go on. No in there. Yeah, as I said earlier, but even Arsenal fan or a neutral fan, if you go to the Emirates Stadium tomorrow, basically, for example, and you look at the stadium from the outside, not including how it looks in the inside, of the faded seats and this, that, and how decayed it looks in from the inside. From the outside, when you look at the memorial wall thing going around the stadium of the ex-players, the ex-legends and all that, or some of them anyway, that wall going around the stadium with all that, look how it looked when it was first installed there, and look at it now. Look, and obviously how it's faded away, not been looked after, etc., etc. Look at the as I said, the Arsenal badges are on around the stadium as well, and look how decayed, peeled away, and uninterested they look as well, and faded. The list is endless when it comes to things like that. You look at it from the outside, you look at them sort of things, and little details, but they show how much neglect is being given, and who by the person that must have come, who is our owner, who is Stan Kroenke and Joshua Kroenke. Go on, Vivian, go on. Well done. Pass it. You over here, went the wrong way. But basically, the gist of it is, the way the stadium looks, the way the stadium is looking, sums up Stan and Joshua's Kroenke's time as owners of this club, and everything in a metaphorical way. You name it, any sort of way you want to look at it, it represents how the club's run by the owners as a whole. And as I said, I said it earlier, I said about 10 minutes ago, it's no coincidence. One sec, Hoffenheim on the attack here. Get rid of it, no, sorry, it's no coincidence that okay, get rid of the ball. That since obviously Stan became a majority shareholder of the club, up to this point where he's now a full owner of the club as a whole has been on a massive decline, huge decline. It's not looking to get any better. And the dominating factor to what we're seeing, not just as Arsenal fans, but as fans of football in general, is the fucking owner. Pure and simple. But the media won't touch on that because they don't want to upset certain people. Ridiculous. It just started to hack me off now, so... all this talk about UEFA Champions League really annoys me. We were so close and Wenger didn't strengthen the start of our downfall, yeah. And even under Emery, the first season under Emery, we literally lost out by a point. And then obviously the Europa League final itself, the second snap at the cherry, we bottled it in the second half and fell apart. And we come back for the second season and he lost the players. What had ever gone on from that half-time team talk, second half of the Europa League and the full-time whistle and all that, and the aftermath of all that, all the way through pre-season and into the actual season, the second season itself, he completely lost the players. I mean, he didn't help himself with playing Tolera in it from being basically a DM, basically. 2 minutes injury time, by the way. Still 1-0. But he didn't help himself by taking Tolera from one position and trying to play him as a number 10. I think, but the main flaw with Emery was his determination not to use a translator. Not just for press conferences and all that in interviews, but just to have a translator there on the next to him on the training pitch, translating exactly what he's trying to put across and put the blueprint down. what he was trying to achieve at the club. If he'd done what basically Poch had done when he first came to Southampton, and obviously down the road when he first arrived there, whilst he was learning the language fully, I think he'd still be here. We wouldn't be in this position. If that makes sense. Oh, go on. Yes, 2-0. Tobin Heath. Get in there. That was a goal. I think Vivian with the assist as well. In 2009, used lots to United, and we got robbed in the semis. Oh yeah, you had Barca. That was it. You had Barca in the semi-final, didn't you? It was Man United Barca in the final, weren't it? Yeah. Yeah, Vivian with the assist on the volley. Was that a volley on the volley or half volley? Looks like a volley to me from the angle I saw. Oh dear. There we go. Heath took a shot and scored. Yeah, it's a volley. It was it's good. It's a good goal as well. As I said, good, nice little assist from Vivian, and on the volley, in space as well. Hit first time on the volley, bang. There we go. Half time, 2-0. And again, proves me right from what I was saying last week. Even though we got torn apart against Barca in the end, scoreline wise and performance wise, majority wise. I still have faith that this women's team can get through the group stages into the next round. I think it's straight into knockouts, isn't it, women's as well as like the men. But I have complete faith that we will be top two. Obviously, Barca will be the favourites to win the group, even before the ball was kicked, which is they are champions of Europe, so it is what it is. But we will come second. We will get through this. I can even see us causing problems against Barca. We bring them back here to Bourne Wood near the end of the group stage. Hey, it is what it is. Oh dear. Hopefully, I haven't bored you guys out. By the way, all that chat about the men, obviously, years gone by, or depressed you or anything like that. Jesus Christ. Because I know sometimes I do repeat myself, and I was repeating. I know I was repeating myself near the end. That's why I was getting more irritated. Because I was obviously repeating myself about Crongy and obviously how the clubs run this and the other. It's just because I was seeing it and I'm actually keep repeating it. It does my head even more. Literally no one in the media wants to say anything. It has to be us, and then we're seen as spoiled brats. Basically, it pisses me off. But yeah, it is what it is. How are we doing? Everybody dance. Everybody dance. How we doing? Whatever. Do. Up that. We can sort that out. Anyway, how's everyone been during this international break? Anyway, it's half time, so I might as well just chat a load of crap more. Why not? Yeah, as I said, how have you been doing? Has anyone actually watched the international football during this week and a half, nearly 2 weeks break? I'm getting bored of it. I'm literally getting pissed off with the international breaks now. Last season, it was literally days before the season started, and the international games it made no sense. And within 48 hours, certain players were playing for their clubs and all that crap. This year, we've had fucking. Well, was it our second international break already? We've got another one in literally a month's time. Next month, we've got another international break, which is fucking pointless. It's pissing me off. There's no need for it. There's literally enough games there that they could do no more international breaks now, and only have have an international break come March and finish off the round of qualifying and all that bullshit. Still laughing at Kane. Who? If you know, you know. You know. Fucking not. Didn't turn up for England in the Euros at all. Oh, he scored against Ukraine twice. He scored a second against Germany. Woo! When it mattered, when it actually mattered, did he turn up for England in the Euros? No. End of discussion there. He then has the audacity, even though he's made it clear he wants to move on. By law, under his contract, he can't do what he did and not turn up for fucking training and try and force a move. He hasn't got a leg to stand on. And it's going to backfire because the Man City went, no, we're not playing. They offered 150. Out of the 160 it was ours, they offered 150. No more, no less. And Daniel Levy being Daniel Levy. Shock horror, doesn't sell up. And now Kane's there. And literally, again, what's he done this season for that lot down the road? Literally scored against the Farmer team the other week. Not that he came on into something. It was a tapping, I believe. Not surprisingly. And again in qualifying, in the second leg of the qualifying for this fucking Conference League, he scored against Farmers because they were 1-0 down from the first leg, and on the verge of being knocked out. He hasn't done nothing. He's literally shown he doesn't want to be there. Body language, performance, everything screams he just can't be asked. But he's in doing that. Again, his performances for England are no better. And Southgate's actually pissing me off at the moment by picking him. But he's England's captain. He doesn't have to be picked because the whole venture of fucking these fucking teams, these players being called up is based on their form. Well, clearly that's not the case. If fucking Harry Kane's getting into the squad still, captain or not captain. Yet Jesse Lingard had the form of his life back end of last season. There wasn't a better player form-wise in his position, and he didn't even make the squad. Which I think is a piss take. He would have made more of a difference than fucking Kane, but in my opinion, not saying he would take him out per game or whatever, but I'm just saying. But I'm not just laughing at Kane, it's more so laughing at the Tottenham fans that when he put that statement out, when he's saying, I'm staying for now, basically. It's basically what he said. If you read in between the lines of the statement, it's basically saying, you know what, for now, I'll stay, but I'm not staying for good. It's basically what it said. And you got he's one of our own, Harry Kane. Oh, I bent over Harry, do it with the arse. Fuck off. Because that's come back and bit in the arse, hasn't it? And people go, and they've got the media going, I feel sorry for Nuno. No. Because he can still make the call not fucking playing him. If he ain't working and it's holding back his team, he can still drop him, doesn't he? No. That North London derby, I honestly went into that North London derby on the day thinking this is, we've all snagged him off and all that banter and all that aside, this will be the game he fucking turns up. Did he? Did he bollocks? And when he did get the ball, he fucking dove to the floor. And the commentators, it's a penalty. Why wasn't it given? Dermot Gallagher. Oh, it was a definite penalty. I don't know why VAR didn't get involved. Oh, yeah, because it's against Arsenal. I wonder why you're saying that, you fucking prick. I honestly don't get why the likes of Dermot Gallagher and who's everyone, Peter Walton, get hired by Sky and BT respectively to be and analysing the refs' game, analysing the refs' performances over the weekend or in the moment, sort of thing. Because they're crap. They're both crap. All they do, they're still on the fucking payroll, and they're clearly backing up whatever. Even if it contradicts themselves in the same fucking breath, they back up their fucking mates, no matter what. So it's pointless. But hey, not only are they on the payroll, they actually get paid by lots of Sky and BT as well to give an opinion, and they never actually give their own opinion. It's, well, hypothetically, technically by the law, there's like all the loophole here, the loophole there. It's ridiculous. Oh dear. But yeah. Oh, Newcastle, haven't they? Tottenham got Newcastle this Sunday, haven't they? The main event on Sunday. Go on, Newcastle. I'll piss myself laughing. I'll actually piss myself laughing. No matter what happens on Monday against us, against Palace, no matter what happens there, I will piss myself laughing if Newcastle, obviously hosting against Tottenham, not just do Tottenham over, but batter them. I'll fucking piss myself. Especially if Kane starts and doesn't do fuck all again. Or he'll get a tap and he'll be like, oh, he's back, but they still get battered. But he's back. Harry Kane scored. Who is someone to fucking knock one out in the sock? He'll get our socks out and all that crap. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. On your own. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, Pete Walton is complete. But those his complete point. So is fucking Dermot Gallagher. Dermot Gallagher's no fucking better. Both of them are on the payroll still. They both then get an even bigger payment from BT and Sky respectively for their appearances on said channels. And they don't never give their own opinion. They actually they get asked by the hosts, "What's your opinion?" though, and they never fucking give it. So what's the fucking point of it? Because even there's times they contradict, they never get. Even when there's times they actually contradict themselves, especially was it Dermot Gallagher on Ref Watch, he'll contradict himself. But in one breath he'll say one thing, the very next clip he'll contradict it to benefit backing up his mate. He never gets called out for it. Sue Smith, don't get me started on Sue Smith either. Clearly has a bias towards certain clubs. Does not like Arsenal in the slightest. Not who doesn't read him, but that way. Unless you're an ex-Arsenal player, aka Perry Groves. Apart from, but in terms of ex-Arsenal players, pundits, Tony Adams obviously, well, David Seaman, Perry Groves, except Ian Wright and all that. All the other ex-players from other clubs came through the last 30 odd years, they're now pundits. They do not hide their fucking hate towards Arsenal and they're biased against us. The hate is what it is. I don't know. There's three. But I can't. There's three that are the worst. I don't know. Or four actually. I don't know who's actually the worst. Danny Murphy, Jamie O'Hara, Jermaine Jenas, and Danny Mills. Was that Danny Mills already? I don't remember now. No, I didn't. I said Danny Murphy, Jamie O'Hara, Jermaine Jenas, and Danny Mills. Yeah, they're the four. And I don't know who's fucking worse out of a lot of them. I say Danny Mills. I lean towards Danny Mills just because whenever he fucking pops up, you go. For example, the Vieira thing, the Perez incident. When he obviously tried to take that penalty and against City all them years ago, and it fucked up. There was a clip I saw about a few months ago where he's like, on a podcasty sort of thing. And they asked him about it. He's like, yeah. I beat the living shit out of him. Oh, but obviously saying, and obviously one of them as a joke piped up, oh, you're saying that now, but guess what? You ain't seen him for X amount of years as a joke. Here's Robbie. It was a joke. I wish it weren't a joke. I'll fucking knock his head. But for the brief second that he believed that they were genuine, his face, he just went pale. It's all fucking talk. He's an absolute moron. Oh, Tim Sheridan Redknapp as well. Fucking hell, yeah. Wouldn't mind. Jamie Redknapp briefly. He played for Tottenham briefly, didn't he? In the early 2000s, briefly for a couple of years. The majority of his career is at Liverpool. For fuck's sake. He doesn't hide his bias in the favour of Liverpool. He loves Tottenham he'll praise Tottenham to the hills come home as well. In return, he just can't stand Arsenal. Even when we beat them, it's a bang average Tottenham sign. Yeah. So fuck off. And Tim Sherwood, Tim Sherwood is a gunner at heart, but can't admit it because he's played for the fucking scum. And managed the fuckers briefly as well. But Jesus Christ. No, who remembers what was it? 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years, one or two. That going to the North London derby. It was going into Emery's first North London derby, so his first season. It was at the Emirates, going into the Friday night. It was on that football debate show they have. He was on the guest, and they did that at the end. At one point, one of the segments was like talk about the North London derby. And at the end of that segment, they did a combined 11, and he literally picked 10 Tottenham players. No, was it? I think now. No, he picked an entire Tottenham team, didn't he? Yeah, that was it. He picked the entire Tottenham team. Nope, not one Arsenal player will get into this squad. Nope. Yeah, we won 4-2. Yeah. But no, not one player will get into a combined 11, would it? Can you do it? Did it? And he did. He repeated it a year later, and we beat him again. Back underway in the second half, by the way. Go on. Attacking from, in my perspective, right to left. Towards the North Bank, basically. At the end of of course, yeah. There's ones out there that sort of, for me, are the worst. Like, I just can't stand them. Whenever they're on like Match of the Day or on making an appearance on Sky, I just mute or whatever. I just turn the volume down as switch up, whatever, until they finish talking, and or just in general just switch off from them. Don't pay attention at this moment in time because it's ridiculous now. Oh, way. I remember a few years ago when we had the last charity match. We had Arsenal Legends versus was it Real Madrid Legends, wasn't it? At the Emirates, and we'd obviously won it on penalties in the end. It was a 0-0 game over 90 minutes, but it went to pens and we won that. And lots of Perry Groves and Winterburn and all that. Perry Groves, Winterburn, and a few of the players from that era that were able to played. And obviously you had a few the more recently, the Lundbergs, the Perez's. I'm trying to think now. Langman, Pascal Segan. Campbell was meant to, but didn't. I don't know what happened there. I think he was injured for that game. For that game in particular, it was meant to play. But basically, there was a mix of the more recent, the early 2000 Arsenal legends, and the late 80s, early 90s legends as well, and all that jazz. And there was like one guy in particular afterwards on having an interview for said channel AFTV, and he slagged off Perry Groves. I was like, the fuck? And it's out there as well, still out there. Having someone like Perry Groves turn up with scraping the barrel, I'm like, are you fucking fool? Do you know your fucking history for a start? Do you know what he won at Arsenal for a start? And how he played? Look, not just then, ever since then, and obviously since he retired and all that, he's gone into punditry. Talk about football, and Arsenal in general, the love for the club he has is second to none. He loves the fucking club. You see it in Talk Sport. Whenever he's on as a guest, and another guest or caller comes in to slag off Arsenal, he is there straight on it. Bang! He'll defend and defend and defend. He's real about things, but he'll defend it till the hills come home. But yeah, in terms of his playing career, again, the younger generation see a player like that, and they don't do again something like I did growing up, or read all the books, all the history about the club and this, that, and the other, next players and all that, even before my time. The likes of Liam Brady's, the Charlie Georges and all that, and Frank McClintock, Bob Wilson. Because they don't do things like that, they then see the name when it comes to these charity matches and we do things like this. Who the fuck's that? Why? Where's Burkham? Where's this? Where's that? They want the more recent ones. It's like that's not realistic for us to start. And our club was born was created before the 90s, the late 90s, mate. We have more than fucking the legends of the recent years, put it that way. They're not a bad play for some. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Yeah, exactly. You couldn't ask. And back then when he was that sort of money that was a lot of money back then. Dean does anyway, but that's what I'm saying. He was part of that the George Graham era that one. Obviously, he was coming through the academy at around 18. I can't think now. No, he brought him, didn't we? He brought him. Sorry, but it was coming through, wasn't he? He was still coming through. He wasn't established until the 90. I think he was part of the 91 team, weren't he? That won the league. He wasn't a fully established, starting as a starting player, but it was coming through as a squad player, and then obviously went on, won a couple more things with us before. Oh, well saved. Before obviously he then moved on and obviously went on to have his career elsewhere at Southampton and all that. But people don't respect respect them sort of players, like that generation anymore. Players, it pisses me off. Go on, Jordan. What a save! Free. It's free. Is that a golf? Is it free? Who touched it last? Vivian? Did Vivian touch it in, or is it a Jordan Nobbs goal? Good save from the goalkeeper there initially, but obviously didn't get enough strength for the save, and it spilled over and looped in. Right, it's going up. Yeah, it's a Vivian goal. Vivian. Three 0. Well, it looks like Steve. I think you called it, didn't? I think it was Steve that called it. Start the stream said 3-0 Arsenal. But we've deserved it so far. Apart from a few moments where we've looked a bit, we've given away. Against Everton, we were giving away the ball cheaply, and handing them a chance on the plate, and they weren't taking them. Apart from the odd moment we've had tonight, we've actually been pretty good so far. We are deserving of a 3-0 lead. Fun fact, Harry Groves is 2 months older than you. Oh, bloody hell. There you go. Got his box readings. There's something I've got, like always, every Arsenal, when it comes to autobiographies and all that from players that, what was it, Wenger's one, I've got the Perry Groves and Walking in the Perry Groves Wonderland or whatever it's called. I've got the Henri, I've got Adams, both Adams' books. I've got Bergkamp's autobiography. I think it's autobiography. Yeah, it's autobiography. I've got Ian Wright's one. I literally got that on the release day down the Tolly. to Tonington. I had to travel all the way to North London for this. For a book, it's a book signing event. So I literally got that on the day. Myself and my brother, because he was at school. He was at college. He was at college at the time. So it was up that day, a particular day. He couldn't get. He wanted to come and meet Ian Wright and come to the event with me, but he couldn't because the times as in it would not been possible for him to get there in time. So I went down and got him a book, got him his book as well, signed and all that, and met Ian Wright, and obviously got that as well. Ray Parler's book, autobiography I've got, and obviously a few years later I've gone down to another meet and greet thing, and asked him if he could sign it. He signed it, no problem. Great guy. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, my point is, I've got Perry Groves' one. I was reading that a few months ago. I read the whole thing. Obviously, it's one of them sort of books you read it over and over again, not straight away, obviously, but over the space of time you can go back to it. You don't get bored of reading the same. It's one of them sort of books. Paperback as well. Bloody hell, that's back in the day. That shows how old it is. We're going to check again. Go on, Jordan. Go on. Come on, get upside. Go on, Vivian. Go on. Tobin. It's a bit too much for there. Got back though. Go on. Playing it safe. Look out to Kate McCabe. Vivian. Who then falls it to Beth and they lost it. Mr. Bungle, big up Mr. Bungle in the chat. I think I've got that. One. I've got Kevin Keegan's book as well. Bobby Robson. I think I'll look for it in a sec. I believe if it's what I've got an auto. I don't know if it's the one. Let's have a look. I'm going to disappear on the screen now. People think I'm mad. Right. There it is. Is this the one you're on about, Mark? Paperback. Yeah, but again, what did I get this about? I think now I know when I read this. See if any dates in there, if I can help me out here. I think now I read this one. About, I'm trying to think now. It's got to be 7-8 years of it. At least 7 years, maybe less. I don't know. I've been here for. So 6-7 years I've had this. Your one's hardback, but that's yeah. Again, like you said, for a non-Arsenal book, yeah. Can't rate it high enough. I've got this one. I've got the Kevin Keegan one. Who's the other one? There's another one. I've got is it George Best, and there's another one. The country, but yeah. Oh dear. Someone's burning something around here. But it's not summer, so I can't complain because I don't get washing in the night. Yeah. Bloody hell. Yeah, we're doing for the old lucky loonies on here. 7 for 2. Not too bad. Could be worse. I got best as well, says the Mark. Here's another one. I can't remember what it's called, who it was now. I'll have to go looking for it later. I'll show you over the weekend in one of the streams that we're going to be doing. But yeah. Oh, my days. In terms of, going back, obviously, even though we have been doing a watch along for the women's game tonight, obviously 3-0, fantastic. We have reacted to goals, but we have predominantly spoke about, again, the men's side of it and all the ownership, the actual club in general, haven't we? Shocker. But as a whole, in terms of the women's game, I can't literally massive improvement from last week, and we're actually taking our chances and making a home advantage count, which is key. It's going to be massively key to get us through this fucking group stage. Surely, if we can get 10 points out of this, a minimum of 10 points out of this group, we should get through. So, should be the operative word. Oh dear. Fuck's sake. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly Mark. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wasn't having a meltdown. That's why I didn't. I was disappointed, but it wasn't like, oh, for fuck's sake, Giannis and the girls, what they doing, like going a complete meltdown, because I recognised who we were playing and that the sort of position we put ourselves in, tactically and everything, and all that aspect. But again, saying that, when the mate all on the check here, go on, Jordan, go on, someone, go on, unlucky. But when Jonas, so he pronounces his name right, made his 3 subs at the same time last week. For a very brief period, actually showed we can play toe to toe with this team, with this Barca team. But the game had already gone by then, so yeah. But it is what it is. But as it stands, because obviously we lost, was it 4-1? It was 4-1, wasn't it, last week? So already we've leveled out the goal difference now. So we're not in a negative goal difference as we speak, though we have got a booking. Bit of a sloppy one to give away, but and Leah Williamson with the booking as well. Supposedly it's not, again, weekend on Sunday, like where's the Figo kicker as well, but Sunday, Bournemouth was rammed in all corners of the stadium, or whatever I can call it, the ground. I'm looking actually behind the goal that the Hoffenheim are attacking, where we were attacking in the first half. There's like a handful of fans behind that goal, literally. I know it's hard to Bournemouth is middle where they are, because I've been there. It's sort of middle of nowhere. It's like a 5-minute walk from the train station. There's no real excuse there. So okay, 10 minutes at tops from the train station. But then again, it's not half term. It's a school night. So it's like families that want to go to this sort of game can't, because obviously it's, especially if Instate Britain fucking take up most of the fucking road, by the way, which is pissing me off, by the way. So that's probably another contributing factor. People thinking if we go, they're fucking held up anyway. So what's the fucking point? We'll be fucking late. There'll be no point by the time we get there, the game will be over, but effective because the police don't do fuck all. the Champions is again that aside. The Champions League game. Get me on the team. No, where's the turnout? Because obviously, I'm expecting a big turnout for the Barca coming to town. Obviously, because the girls are going to need every bit of support they can get. It also made all Nikita Paris is getting ready to come on as well. Okay. Gonna say. Also, maybe I was going to say. Also, it might also be down to the fact that obviously we're not coming out of COVID, but we are with everything. All restrictions being eased now for like they have been. People are still obviously a bit on edge, and maybe they just want to go gun ho straight from the off, and they sort of want to ease themselves back in. Maybe that might be a contributing factor as well. Maybe I don't know. But it's just a bit of a disappointing turnout, really. Whatever way you look at it, unless there's like a limited amount of tickets they could sell for this game, I don't know. Honestly. Stop giving away needless fouls. Come on, girls. No need for that. Just stand up and force the error. Okay, Beth Mead's been taken off. Nikita Paris. Okay. All ties. That's the same time. The camera's panned to the fan section where the fans are. And even though it's at a distance, you can tell it's Ty. He's in the stands there. You couldn't odds it. I wonder if Maria's there. Or Maria definitely will be. Well, obviously she's got the transportation. Obviously, she'll be there. And some took after her because Russ has joined us. Big up, Russ says, "Good evening, Arsenal fan." The Arsenal fan, yeah. How you doing, Russ? Enjoying your Ajax shirt? Because I bloody ain't yet. Though saying that, got a new set being sent out to me for free, so could possibly have 2 sets arrive at some point. If not, I've definitely got 1 at least because this one's coming to me by a different courier service apparently. So at least I have at least one set. Haven't worn mine yet after all that bragging and teasing me for fuck's sake. You haven't worn it. Fair enough. It's what it is. But yeah, still mine's the first. Obviously, divisional order hasn't arrived still. But yeah, last Thursday, Andrew texted me anyway saying that another order's been sent out free of charge because of the issue. But yeah, it's coming via a different courier service this time, from what he's been told anyway. One sense, it gives me a bit more time to get my ass in the gym and fucking sort my fucking weight out. The last week or so, I've been very fucking bloated as fuck. I don't like it. Well done, well done. You could give the other shirts away. If I was to get, if the original set does turn up, and then obviously this new batch turns up as well, I've got 2 sets. I'll definitely do that. Do sort of giveaways on the channel over, or depending when they arrive. Obviously, got a Christmas thing or New Year thing. I don't know. I'll figure it out once if that does happen. I'll figure it out near the time. And yeah, one way to get people interested as well, people that haven't bought their shirts yet. Also fancy an extra one, whatever. Off you go, or just fancy a shirt to go. Have to have got a shirt and they want to get it. They can have another one for free because they lose that one to get signed and phoned or whatever. Knock yourselves out, basically. But yeah, it's a good idea. As I said, if I get both, if I get both orders, that is. But yeah, massive props obviously to what Andrew's doing as well. With obviously fixing us up with the shirts and all that in the first place, and the order. Can't afford to play. Nothing. No. Obviously, me not getting mine, it has nothing to do with obviously Andrew. It's just bad luck, really. Just been poor service from the first courier service. So, and I literally know for a fact, going by the pictures of what Andrew, Melvin, and a couple of others have put up, the quality is fantastic. Absolutely flawless. No sort of bubbles and no freaking threads pull or anything like that. Why is Leah so far up in the fucking pitch? Yeah, what's the scene that going? Oh yeah, Steve, we are literally. We're 3-0. Obviously, you called it. You said 3-0, but since then we're literally just controlling the game now. We're letting them have the ball a bit, but nothing. The second they get anywhere near the box, we're getting the ball back and just going pissed about a bit, basically. Say that we give a fucking phone away as soon as I say that. Oh dear. But that's how you doing anyway? Are you still on for Monday night? By the way, I haven't had a chance to WhatsApp you or anything like that yet. So why should I might as well ask? Double check. Andrew is a maybe, by the way, because obviously he would have been on tonight, but he's not feeling too well. So we'll play it out by ear. Sunday evening, Monday morning, he'll let me know if he's okay enough to come on for the Monday night stream. I think I'll be about Monday. Okay, cool. Oh, what a save. Well done, Zainsberger. Yeah, well, as I said, we'll obviously chat a bit more closer to the time, obviously, like Sunday or Monday. We'll just have a quick pop up and then see how we're looking there. See if it has changed on that side of things. Doing to sort out the podcast side of things as well, because there's no point doing podcast because everyone else is obviously always have Arsenal podcast channels and all that as well, or Arsenal channels in general, and you don't want to keep doing this doing a podcast and end up repeating what someone else has said on another podcast. So it's just like, and also need a bit of time off. I know I've done we covered the women's game over the international break and all that. A few pieces here and there, but apart from that, just nice to just be like, okay, take a breather. Oh, bloody off the line! What a clearance! As soon as I say we're taking control of this game and being professional, seeing that professionally, we're starting to be a bit scrappy. Yeah, way off the well done, Katie. Well clear from Katie McCabe there. Actually, What games are watching on this weekend as well? Because Saturday and Sunday, no Sunday. I'm not doing it. I'll watch the game, but I'm not going to actually do a watching for it, really, because there's no point, is there, to be honest. Unless it's like West Ham versus that, not down the road, or basically a London derby against that as a neutral. It include like Tottenham versus fucking West Ham, Chelsea, or whatever. There's no point of us actually covering Rivalry an Arsenal channel. Trying to think now. Saturday, Sunday, that's it. Well, the games on Friday. Championship, no Premier League. Watford, Liverpool. We know Liverpool going to win that. Villa, Wolves, Leicester, Man United a 3 o'clock kickoff. Okay, these come on. Didn't see you went off there. Oops, that's my bad. Man City, Burnley, Norwich, Brighton, Southampton, Leeds, and Brentford versus Chelsea. It's a 5:30 game. But Leicester Man United would be a good game to do at 3 o'clock. But good save again. Just over 50 minutes to go, and we need to sort ourselves out, or we will concede a goal. See, Steve, as soon as we mentioned how comfortable we're looking and controlling the game and all that, as soon as you've mentioned that, respectively, fucking it's gone tits up. Pardon the puns. Go on. Defend. And Sunday, what we got on Sunday? Oh, that'll be a good game. Everton v West Ham, 2 p.m. That's a good game to do. I say 2 games in it, so I think Sunday I definitely won't do any games because I'll be doing the match of the day 2 stream in the evening. So there's no 2 games. Just do the actual stream itself in the evening for match of the day on Sunday. Obviously, that's on Monday. And then, and again that's on Friday. So I've literally got to do the watch, because of the way I've done it, I've now got to do a watch. We're doing a watch on Monday. The review, the sort of reaction podcast review, what we're going to call it, on the Tuesday. Then Thursday do a preview to the Villa game, and then Friday do the watch along for the Villa game. Go on, someone. Caitlin, back to Jordan. Oh my God. It's getting scrappy now. So yes, Sunday I won't do any, apart from match of day 2, I won't do any actual live stream there. I might do one for if I can find a stream for one of the 3 o'clock the Leicester Man United game. I might do one there. Other than that, I do the match of the day stuff as planned. But yeah. Pun fully intended. Just us. Oh dear, I'm saying I can't even react to that because I'll get in trouble. I'll get cancelled. Just I'll continue that conversation. Larry in the chat saying nice match. Yeah, 3-0. I know you probably wanted a match up on the screen, but tough luck. It's the laws of Facebook and YouTube. I cannot do it. Otherwise, I get closed down forever. If you are actually watching the game with us, then Stefan, yeah, Stefan, seen you for a while, my friend. I've seen you pop up there. Hello, everyone, back online. There we go. I'll put your comment on the. Oh, maybe that's me. Why not live? It's on YouTube, Larry. If you go on YouTube and I'll put it up in the phone for you, so I can tell you exactly where to go. Quickly, we've got literally like 10 minutes after the game. 1 sec. Got to find it now. Bloody hell. Here we go. If you go to the DAZN, DAZN UEFA Champions League YouTube channel, it's there, top of the list in there. And it's completely free, doesn't charge you a penny. Just behave yourself. Yeah, go back to this. Yeah, so Stefan, hi everyone, back on after a difficult summer. Good to be back. Oh, as I said, I got concerned. I haven't seen you for a while. Maybe you just got bored of us and come away from the channel for a while. But yeah, I hope you are actually okay. If you ever need something like to talk or anything privately or whatever, you know where to find me on my social medias and whatever. Just but privately message me. We'll obviously be private. And yeah, if you ever need to talk, basically, as I said, you know where to find me. It will remain, obviously, as I say, it will remain private. That's a 50-50, but they've got a free kick. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing, says Zoe. No problem. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Not. And whilst we talk about sharing, if you want to share the stream back on Facebook or come over to the channel and subscribe and share this stream as well, that would be fantastic. Massively appreciated either way. Hope to see a lot more of you. Headphone on my day, okay. Including one of my best friends and my desk. Done my head in. I know. Oh, okay. Well, obviously condolences and all that. As I said, if you ever need to talk or whatever about anything, you know where to find me and the guys and all that. Yeah, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, exactly. Like Russ says, thoughts are with you as well. Oh yeah, in the last 10 minutes of this game. Oh, we're gonna go. Yeah, we're going for it. Nay, maybe. Caitlin Ford. Bit of a chewy over there. Boom. Jordan Nobbs off her feet. Off we go into the box. No one's there because they're all waiting to centre, not out wide. Did a good call out of that. I thought it went straight out. I dropped the deflection somewhere. Katie Cape's going over to take it in the fucking pitch black darkness of the corner of the pitch. Come on, let's get another one. Let's get one more, just above sorting the win. With a positive goal difference as well for once. That's a bit of a hard pass. Bug it up. The score is on the screens. Arsenal women 3, Hoffenheim women 0. Obviously, this is the second group game of the Champions League. Obviously, we lost 4-1 last week against Barcelona away from home. This is the second game for the second game of the group stage, but the last game for the ladies for their international break. But yeah, so I think now Tobin Heath's got the second on the volley. So I think he's got the first now. Bloody hell, it's been a while now since the first goal went. No, it's a penalty. The first goal was a penalty. Kim Little from the spot, bottom right hand corner, and then obviously Vivian with the header. Vivian assisted with a header towards Tobin Heath on the volley, bang 2-0, and then Vivian actually got a goal. Just literally walked run towards the ball and kneed it into the net. Just had a chance there, but too much into it though. And we'll go again. Pass it and get in the box somebody. And as it's been 3-0 for the last, oh my god, almost. So it fell to Kate. If that gone all the way to Kate, that's 4-0. Go on, go on. Oh, so, yeah, there's someone out there. Caitlin Ford. Was it 2-0 in the end, was it? Okay. It was 1-0 at the 89th minute, so it must have got one up right at the end. But the other team they played, basically, the team was going to be the battering ram for this group, basically, even though they performed differently today. Just sat back and soaked up the pressure, literally, and caused fucking Barca nothing but problems, apparently. Oh, who's going off? Well, you've got nothing on the. You've literally got there's tie again. You've got Jordan Knobs was going off, okay, but nothing came up on the actual on their board where the numbers meant to come up. Nothing had come up, so I'm like, who the fuck you're doing that and showing nothing, basically. Yeah, Jordan Knobs is going off for Iwabuchi. It's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah. Right. No, I don't want fucking Women's League Cup bullshit. Oh, yeah, 2-0, yeah. Bayern Munich won, the women's team won 4-0 as well. They're not in our group, so that doesn't bother me. Chelsea only just won last night as well, 2-1 against the Juventus. Obviously, Joe's new team. Like a dying minute of the game or something, they scored. Lyon are winning 5-0 against Benfica. What does it do for the group? Or is it not going to tell us? I'll have to wait for it to come up on the screen. Oh, did they just score? 4-0, yeah. Well, I missed it. Doing all that, I've missed it. It's scored from the set piece though, which is good. But Leah Williamson scored. That's 4-0. There we go. Yeah, I'm about to say it now. There we go. Oh, what a header. Proper defenders out of that is. Oh. Fucking hell, look at it. Jesus Christ. 4-0 to the Arsenal. I think going forward, rest of this season, I'm going to do a lot more cover the. Obviously, I'm covering, doing the watch-alongs to the women's game, but I do want to do more content based on the women's game as well, Arsenal women and all that as well. Obviously, got to sort the schedule out and make sure it doesn't clash with what I do in the normal Monday to Friday stuff. We're going for a fifth. Nikita Paris done a heavy touch there. Oh my god, almost 5. Unlucky there, Nikita. Unlucky. Good score. What channel is the game on? It is on DAZN, DAZN, Women's UEFA Champions League. I get that. If I quickly, yeah, DAZN, as in, so go on YouTube, type in DAZN, UEFA Women's Champions League, and then go on to the channel. It's top of the top of the thing, top of their homepage, and to click on that. Yeah, it's free on YouTube, so loopholes and all that. I've just been challenged by a man called on what? That it's because with that sort of name, I'm concerned of what you've been challenged to, but where has this happened? Dare I ask? What's that another? Oh, that feel fucking perfect for Hoffenheim. I said it's just shove her over. How's that not a foul? The kick post has got the ball's actually hit the corner flag and stayed on the spot thing. And the kick has just been literally shoved over. And the refs has got to play on. We've got to throw him, but that's not the point. Unlucky. Ryan, when we meet for a beer, well, whenever you want, mate. You obviously got my number and all that. Just whenever your best was ever best. Obviously, whenever's best for you, more so as well. But soon, before Sam gets here, preferably get a heads up before he arrives, and we have to do a double header with him and Brownie, especially Brownie. Oh God. Yeah, was it Sam's coming? He's arriving at the end of this month, isn't it? Start of next month. Down the road from us, basically, effectively down the road, closer to me than what you are. But that's saying something. It's on the other side of the airport, basically. Oh, go on one sec. Go on. Get your foot. Go on, have a shot. No, a bit up. Okay, that's cool. We're going to go for a fifth. If we get a fifth, that'd be brilliant. A bit cheeky for me, but still. Oh, go on. Has the corner been given or a goal kick? We've got corner. The dark depths of the corner flag. Come on, Katie. Let's do another set piece goal. On the other side now. I do like the socks, by the way. The home socks. Proper traditional sort of look to it. Ball in. Here we go. We're going to go for it again. Go on. No. Oh, unlucky. Well tackle. You didn't still get back there. Defend. Well blocked. I think he's obviously when he was confirming that he's moving over. At the time, me and him discussed off air about meeting up once it was over and that settled and all that. And so yeah, there's obviously is it like yourself? There's something in place to obviously meet up and have a drink and all that once he's settled and all that. But again, no, like yourself, no date's been put in place. Who's Sam? Sam Greenwood he's a subscriber to the channel, but he's also a regular. He comes on sometimes as well. But in the last 14, 15 months, maybe a bit longer, become a bit of a regular on the channel. Currently lives out of Norway, but he's moving over. He's moving back to the UK. End of the month. 4 minutes injury time, by the way. We're into the 2 minutes. I just can gun up on the screen how long we've got left. Yeah, Sam's well. He's literally just sorting himself out. Because he's literally getting his always stuff together because he's got a new job basically, and he's moving over back to the UK. And as I said, he's going to be over. He's literally me and Russ. Believe it or not, me and Russ live close to each other basically, effectively, on each other's doorstep, give or take. Hence our confusion with certain others. Hence our confusion why his stuff arrived and mine didn't so far. Because we're on each other's doorstep effectively, but Sam's going to be even closer. He's literally on the other side of the terminal 4 and 5, I believe. hopefully, Steve, if he's available for Monday, you'll see him Monday night for the matches for the men's match anyway. Got a song in my fucking head now. I need to get it out of my head because it's fucking doing my head in. Like the tune of it is no, can't have that going on, mate. It'll drive you mad. What, we're going for it? Go on, Nikita, go on. Take on. Unlucky. Go on. Ibushi. It's going to be the last chance, isn't it? Wartime sort of goes soon, isn't it? Yeah. So full time is any second now. We're literally in overtime of injury time. Hoffenheim on the attack. Close it down, please. Or they're going to score. There we go. By the whistle, let's blow it. Okay. As soon as we get anywhere near the fucking other half of the pitch, we'll fucking blow the whistle anyway. So might as well blow it now. There we go. Game over. Arsenal winning 4-0. Get in there. We've got actually positive goal difference as well. So we are second in the group, won't we? I think. Because of the positive goal difference. I'll see in a sec. They're showing the screen, hopefully. I'm happy with that. Again, proves my point. But not just our home form, that we will get through this group. We're obviously not ease. We'll more likely come second, but I'll take, considering Barca's the other team in the group, they're going to win the group. I'll take that going into this, because if this particular team, it's all about gaining that experience and growth on the European stage now. Like if we can get to at least the semi-final of this competition, I'll be ecstatic. That'll be wow. You won't see me complaining, put it that way, no matter what happens. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Taking a 4-0 win. I'll take it every day. It mean men's, women's, or the under-21s. Big up the under-21s, by the way. On Tuesday, they beat Newport 4-3 in the Papa John's Trophy. Fucking fantastic goal from, what was it? I can't remember his double Salah, but obviously not. It's a double-barreled name, but Salah basically. He's referred to as Salah. It's got an absolute sublime freak against Newport. Absolute weldy. Here we go. So the stats first. Yeah, the East and the West Stands are full by the looks of it. It's just like, and there was like 50 odd people in North Bank. Just the other end, there wasn't barely anyone there. Really. It was like a handful of people. Great teams, Barca, Lyon, and Munich, even Chelsea. I'll give you the first three. Chelsea, I'll bias aside, obviously rivalries aside, yeah. You got to put Chelsea in there, Emma Hayes and what she's done, the work she's done there. But they are struggling. They have struggled this season to get themselves going. And we're what? I'm trying to think now. What was it? Was it 5 league games we're into now? I think now 5. 5 league games, 2 Champions Leagues matches. So that's 5, 6, 7, and the FA Cup 8. So 8. We're 8 games in, and they're still not cooking on gas. So they say they're not really going up. Whereas we start like the last 2 seasons. We start off well. We like, was it last season? We were beating everyone for fucking love and money at the start of the season. No one could get near us. Injuries happened, and then at the wrong time we played Man United, and all that. And just fucking had a bit of a bad run. Don't like them. Got respect, and that's the thing. That's the way. That's taking, as I say, taking the rivalry aside and biased it and all out of it. You've got to give it to Emma Hayes and what she's done at Chelsea and made them the team that they are. But it is what it is. There's no disputing it. And yeah, we have got them teams to sort of, if we look going forward at any point, either this season or the following next season onwards, if as a club they want to win this competition, we're going to have to come up against them and beat these sort of teams to get over the line and actually become champions of Europe once again. City on a decline big time. Oh yeah, massively. Jesus Christ. Just a tad. I mean, we battered them, what was it, 5-0? Match day one, they won 4. They beat Everton 4-0, and they were like, oh, Man City, 2-horse race against Chelsea. Took me a 2-horse race yet again. Man City and Chelsea for the title. Arsenal. Before we'd even kicked the ball, by the way. And then since then, they've just fallen off. I think they haven't won. If I'm correct, they haven't won an actual game since then. If I'm correct, we beat them match day 3 5-0. They then lost. They lost to Tottenham match day 2. Lost to 2-1. It was a dodgy goal they lost to, but they still lost. They lost to us 5-0, and literally was no fight, no nothing. And then I think they lost the following game, and then they drew this weekend, just gone, against United 2-2 with 10 men. Not Steve saying that people were saying they've got injuries. They've got injuries, yeah. But we saw this last season, and I mean they brought Ruby Mace off us, one of our up and coming defenders from our academy, and they don't even with these injuries. He's an available player to play, and they're not playing her. He's a decent player. It's not. I mean, Steph Houghton's making a few mistakes this season as well, when she is playing. But yeah, you can't get around it. I've got injuries, but everyone has injuries. You just got to deal with it. And end of the day, it's Man City, and like the men's team, the owners do throw money at the women's team as well. Hence why they've been able to be competitive the way they have been so quickly. So I've got no sympathy from there. It's just it is what it is. Would they? If it was us, they wouldn't be saying that. So you've got to just knuckle down and deal with it. So in the meantime, we just got to make the most of it and pray and hope we don't go. Just touch wood that being Gary Lewin back into the club and being the team physio for the women's team and all that we don't have the injury record we've had for the last few years on the head, and actually put out a proper challenge to the title, if not win it. I actually do believe, and I say like 5 games in, league-wise, I do believe we're going to win the league title. Sorry, we've got the strength, we've got the squad depth to do it. It comes down to not just form, but actually going and getting the results needed along the way. So when we go to Chelsea later in the season, we've got to go there and get a result. If we can go there, if we win all the games we're meant to win, basically, is what I'm trying to say, and we get a result at Chelsea, in my opinion, it's ours to lose. But it's that return game at their place is going to be key for the title race, I believe. I'm impressed with again, Jonas has only been in the job 5 minutes effectively, and I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. And like we saw the other week against Tottenham at the end of the Tottenham game, he was saying when he came in, he identified what was going wrong at the club with the injuries, this, that, and the other. And he's looking to identify. He brought back, as I said, they brought back Gary Lewin back into the club. He's now the team physio for the women's team in the hope that obviously we can nip that in the bud. These injury crises we keep having, not at some point every season we have a massive injury crisis and it all falls apart. He wants to nip that in the bud straight away. Look, going in, I think again, Gary Lewin is in my opinion, a great appointment. Been back it makes sense to bring him back into the club in whatever aspect, and things will improve there. Because it's no coincidence, the second he left the men's team all them years ago to be the England men's physio full time, was when our fitness declined massively. And the injuries started popping up here and then everywhere. But yeah, it is what it is. Stefan in the chat saying Ipswich women beat Norwich women 10-0. Bloody hell. Seeks no mercy. Steph has been a great player over the years, yeah. Women's football has improved so much over the years, especially over the last, the major improvements happened in the last 4 years, give or take. And this is the thing, the last time the women won the WSL, obviously, it'll be 3 years end of this year when we last won it, end of this season, sorry. So 3 seasons ago, when we last won the WSL, I'll get there eventually. We actually won that league undefeated, if I'm correct. I had to play Man City on the final game of the season. Even though we were already champions, we had to win. We literally had to avoid defeat to go through the entire season unbeaten. It was Man City at home. They've just finished second, so they're a bit wounded as well. They would have maybe with a point, but nope. I think we won 1-0 today. Final game of the season, 1-0, and we got the little trophy. It was at home, as I said, at home, so I got the little trophy as well. Oh, got to go. Let's speak soon. I'm going to wrap things up. I am rabbiting on, by the way, so I will be wrapping things up. Stay on the move. Said he wants more playing time. He says that, but he's getting in the England team no matter what. So he can't really. I think, where does he go though from Man City? With all due respect, anywhere he goes now domestically, unless he goes to a Man United, which ain't going to have because of the Man City connection. Unless he goes back to Liverpool, which will be unlikely because of the they don't need him, and he doesn't fit the Klopp philosophy and the hatred they still have for him because of how they know that he betrayed them. Chelsea doesn't fit the Tuchel philosophy. So wherever he's going to go now, it's going to be a massive downgrade. I don't want him at Arsenal, by the way. He's too wasteful for me. And also, what old is he now anyway, Sterling? 27, 26, 27, give or take. But again, if he wasn't as wasteful, because he can be clinical, don't get it twisted, but because if he was more clinical in the final third and actually took his chances 9 times out of 10, no matter where he played on the pitch, I'd snap your hand off. Like, sure, why not? But at the moment, no. Especially under Arteta, Jesus Christ. But it is what it is. I mean, again, bringing him in as well makes no sense because if he's 27, he is 27. He's been around for ages. I don't know how old he is. Doesn't fit the age bracket. It doesn't fit the age bracket of the sort of players we're going for, profile-wise. Go abroad, to be honest. Steve F. I forgot. Sorry about that. Okay, all right. Right, Steve, before we wrap things up, Steve's question is, hey, what about all the noise about Ox coming back? No. Too injury prone. I wouldn't, just be based on that. Don't get me wrong, when we first went to Liverpool, and he obviously, once he got himself settled and he started playing regularly under Liverpool and all that, I think, what the fuck have we done? Why did we let him go? Why did we never play him in the position that he wanted to play and all that jazz? But once he got that injury, he's gone back to sort of the Ox. He can't even get in the team anymore. But he's gone back to the sort of Ox in the midfield where he was at Arsenal, where he was underperforming when he did play his bit part here and there. But it's like, yeah, he's always since he'd come back from that big injury he had, he's always getting these little niggles in it here and there. And that's, again, the age thing, it doesn't fit the structure of what the club are going for now. It would make that, again, being that he's played alongside Arteta as well at Arsenal all them years back, it's going to cause issues there. Because Arteta won't be able to win, because if he brings him in and starts him straight from the off and plays him week in, week out, no matter what, you're going to fucking... people that have been there, all the players that have been there like a lot more recently, going, hang on, I performed a lot better than this. Why am I not getting a chance? Teacher's pet, you name it, he's going to have it all thrown at him down his throat. And I want us to move away from signing these fucking sort of players that are constantly have these bad injury records. We're meant to be improving our fucking recruitment, not fucking making our recruitment even worse. It's just noise. It is at the moment. I think it's just. If I'm honest, I think it's just media putting out a fucking story just to fit the international lull, basically, just to put it out to see what sort of reaction we can get, sort of clicks and feeds and all that crap. But why even is this an option? Why even this being an option? Why would we want him? That's what I'm saying. I think it's more so the media, the papers and all that, just putting out a fucking story just to get a few clicks and tweets and all that crap. A sad thing, an injury blight a player's career. Well, we saw that with Jack as well, Jack Wilshere. When he was obviously, the thing is, I was actually the game where he got that big injury back in, I think it was the 2011-12 season. Going into the 11-12 season, summer of 2011 pre-season, I was actually at the game where he got the injury, which pretty much the rest of his career wrote him off. It was Arsenal time anyway. And honestly, I was obviously at the time, you don't realise how bad the injury was until we obviously got home and read about it more and this, that and the other. Again, there's another one, once that injury happened, like I just mentioned about Ox with his injury he had, after he sort of established it, after he established himself at Liverpool, at Ox, he got that big injury and he's never been the same since, and every time he gets little knocks here and there. And that's the same thing that happened to Jack. Once that injury happened, every time he made a comeback, little knock, he was out again. Little knock, he was out again. A regular thing. And going away from football, Johnny Wilkinson, after winning the World Cup in 2003, came back, obviously playing for Newcastle Falcons at the time, but yeah, came back and literally it was after New Year as well, because they won it. All the English players got a bit of a prolonged break, going back to their domestic teams as a reward, sort of thing. For their respective clubs, they all said, "Okay, you know what? You've achieved what you've achieved over in Australia. We'll give you a prolonged bit of a break, and you can come back in the New Year." So, yeah. So, but his first game back after winning the World Cup was literally in the January of 2004. And he got he got a knock near the end of the game, and literally from there on in, injury prone for he's played with injuries from the rest of his career, basically. Non-stop, injured. And we only saw we got a glimpse of the best of Johnny again at near the end of his career when he went over to France domestically and played in Toulon for 2 seasons. And was the main figure point of why they won back-to-back European titles. But he was another one, as I said before, that was just plagued from 2004 until the end of his career. Just little injuries constantly. Every time he had to come back, an injury, bang, 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 bang. His body was made of glass, put it that way. And it's a shame because it's, again, the massive change from another sport going to massive waste. When you think of what he achieved, he was what? I'm trying to think how he was like 21, 20, no, 22, 23 at a push, 23. When you think of what he could have gone on to achieve, 2007, we got to the World Cup final there, could have gone and won that World Cup with him in the team more prolifically as building up, not just in the World Cup itself, but going into it. But because of his injuries, all work was just constantly, oh, you're good, you're half decent, you're due for fly off, and this, that, and the other. Just, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, less of that. Do our Spurs mates still frequently? Do we on about? I can't remember his name now. That sort of gives it away a bit. Oh, what was his name now? What was it? Oh, fucking, what was his name? Yeah, I haven't seen him since the end of the. Was it the end of the Euros? It's either the Euro final we last saw him on in the chat, or the first pre-game. I think now. Yeah, it was there. Literally, the last time we saw him in the chat, Stefan, was literally in the chat for the Euro final against Italy. We haven't seen him since. Which is a bit concerning, considering the first start of the season, you would have thought he would have been in here like a cat out of a drain pipe when fucking called it, and been giving us fucking tenfold. But nope. Did I block him? And I think you timed him out because when there was times I got out of hand, we timed him out, but never blocked him. I think anyway. I'll double check. I'll check the block list later. I don't think I ever got around to blocking him. We just timed him out all the time when he got out of hand. But yeah, he hasn't been back for a while. Either way, seen it with players over the years. It's a short lifespan, isn't it? Kevin Beattie was like that years ago. Pardon me. Mark saying there's more chance of Sanchez coming back than Ox. I don't know as well. One sense, at least if Alexis comes back, he comes back. He still has that winning mentality that he got fucking berated for by Bellerin. And Bellerin's no longer here, so what does that tell you? I don't know. I think that's the thing. I'd love to see if we could get the Sanchez that we had, that we all saw before he left Arsenal. If we can get that Sanchez back, I'll snap your hand off all day long. As I don't want the after Arsenal Sanchez, the Man United and what we're seeing at Inter Milan Sanchez. Even though he improved under Conte, don't get it twisted, but he hasn't exactly pulled up trees so far this season. If we can, as I said, if we can get the Arsenal Sanchez, Barcelona and Arsenal Sanchez back, then yeah, I'll snap your fucking hand off. But we'll see. Tell me to F off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we ever blocked him. But yeah, with that, guys, we're going to wrap things up because I'm now going off on a tangent away from the game. But yeah, and I do need my rest. I've got a busy weekend ahead now. The Premier League being back. Got 2 weeks away, 2 weeks off of the Arsenal women's football. It's got a 2 week break now because the internationals for them. So that'll be back in a couple of weeks' time. Obviously, get back up and running the channel again, and hopefully looking to do the podcast either tomorrow or Saturday. Need to sort that out ASAP. Still not got confirmation, so it will be a Saturday. Obviously, got to do the Match of the Day stream on Saturday as well, and on Sunday, Match of the Day 2 live streams that they do. 10:20 going live at 10:25 minutes before going live before the program starts. 10:25 we'll go live. Give everyone a chance to get their tea, coffee, or whatever beverage you want, and get yourself settled and comfortable and all that. And we watch, obviously, go through all the games together and have a bit of a laugh. And you'll enjoy some football that's from a neutral perspective as well. Words out. And then on Monday, obviously, got the match. Obviously on Monday night, 7:30 we'll go live. 8 o'clock kickoff, so 7:30 we'll be going live with obviously myself, Russ, Gary, possibly Andrew, and a couple of others for that watch along. And then Tuesday we'll be doing the live reaction review podcast from obviously Monday night's game. Then that's that Tuesday. So Wednesday being my night off. Thursday we'll do the preview podcast for the Villa game because obviously we're playing on Friday, so I've got to do the preview on Thursday. And then Friday, obviously, doing the watch along for that at home. I think at home to Villa. I think home or away, I wanted to say, but playing Villa. And then match of the day strings next weekend as well. Yay! And possibly I'll probably fit in episode 3 of the career mode in as well. But yeah, thanks guys all got Stefan. Good to see you again. Hope you keep well. And obviously said if you need to talk or anything like that, you know where to find me or all the guys on our social media platforms and all that. Just message us privately and yeah, just chat away to your heart's content. And yeah, always got someone to talk to basically. Gary, Mark, Russ popped in, Steve F, as he comes up on the screen. But yeah, Steve, I know. Yeah, I'm bad, by the way, Steve, at replying to people. I do need to get my mindset with that sorted in terms of actually sorting out my, actually replying to people straight away and being more organised and that side of things. And more prolific, because obviously, as you know, if I don't reply straight away, people might get the wrong idea, think I'm being a bit of a dick, and I'm not. That's not the case at all, but it is what it is. I don't have my phone glued to me 24/7, but hey, people don't think like that. But yeah, and there's a few others that have popped in as well for the night as well. Big up to everyone basically, and all anyone that's new to the channel. If you've enjoyed tonight and enjoyed the chats we've had and how we've obviously covered the fact we covered the women's game as well here on this channel as well. Do subscribe, do smash the like button, and share the content around like you wouldn't believe, because it does help, and then be massively appreciated as well. And until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, what's left of it anyway, morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you tomorrow. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.